Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? I do hope you're well. I'm Loxley, Sailor of Strategy, the Caprine Card Shark, the board game goat. And we are back playing some Disco Elysium. And last time we fucking died. We somebody told us information that was so utterly harrowing that we just keeled right the fuck over and went to go live under a bridge. Which is just this game. This game is so weird. We're doing a lot of exploring. We're doing a lot of poking. We're doing a lot of supporting of our fellow comrade, the working man, because we have gone pretty full bore on communism, to the surprise of no one. Yeah, it's been good. Sorry if I sound a little bit of a space cadet today. It was a busy, long weekend. It was a long weekend here in the UK. In fact, one of the longest weekends we get. Both Friday and Monday were bank holidays. So I have had, that first day back after having a long weekend. It's like, yes, when you're a dad, you don't get the time. You don't actually get that time off. It's just doing other stuff. So, yeah, I am slightly knackered. But you know what? From one burnout trying to put his life together to another, let's jump in. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's one of those, is it? Right. That's fine. Anyway, let's continue. Let's moving swiftly on. Equip a flashlight. I have flashlights. You can get flashlights. So I've kind of tried to redo as much as I possibly could. So I've kind of got to pretty much the same point. We still have the little headless fallen rider kicking around. I also realized that one of the reasons I kept eating it when I was trying to jump off the roof is I currently have savoir-faire -2 because of my pants and my shoes. It's entirely possible. Next time I try that, I try and jump for my cloak, I need to take off my pants and shoes before I try doing anything else. I have no idea what any of these things are. Okay, anyway, let's try and find out what the hell happened to my gun.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
He asks.
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
I'm just going to be polite.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Okay, let's go with challenging? Sure, why not?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward? Lucky bastard. He's probably on Perolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Okay, interesting. Time to be so functional. Oh, buddy. That what, in-game or in real life? Because I'm struggling with both, frankly. Hey, Kale, how you doing? You're just gonna look around.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. I've had to take it, you know, since the People's Pile cleanup.
What?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Okay, what's the people's pile? This is actually interesting. You good? I'm doing okay. It's that thing of I'm coming back to work today after a 4-day weekend, and weirdly I feel more exhausted than I did before the 4-day weekend.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities.
Makes sense.
It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere.
Ooh.
Probably some of it in you too.
Yeesh.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
I like Roy.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out.
Oh, you're a decent dude.
There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment. And early deaths. Cancer mostly.
My God.
And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Hey, Jack, how you doing? Yeah, we're talking with Roy. He seems like a really decent dude. I didn't get to this point last time. I managed to die of morale failure.
No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
Oh.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it.
It's like being in London. The only way you can get property here is if you got a relative who passes away and leaves you stuff.
So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Okay. Can you aid us with the
I
murder
doubt
investigation?
it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know anything about
I
the
do
recent
my
hanging?
best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Reasonable.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Okay.
Someone else came in here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Okay, this is where we lose morale.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer.
Yep.
Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the revachol citizens militia.
Kim witnessing my flop era.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her
Wait.
interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
Hang on. Who? Oh, God. There's a few people who have called me a pig, and it's mostly the young kids.
Truth be told, she was terrible.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yeah, this was a bad look, no matter what we did.
Yeah, it's not good. I do hope we manage to clean this mess up somehow, while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation.
The what now? Sorry, I completely forgot what we were doing.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Could you give me a description,
Needle
man?
in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Of course.
I've got a what? Hang on.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Okay. Not really. A lot of things are a bad look. So many things you did in the past 3 days are a bad look. Rip. Very true.
Another time, perhaps. You said you'd done it before, yeah?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display.
Kim, you're a
Looks like he
solid
doesn't
dude.
want to get involved. He won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Here you go, man.
Presents a large cap-shaped object on the palm of his hand. Very odd looking.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Pyrrolidon. Straight into your gut.
What does Pyrrolidon do? Okay.
I respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
Okay, dude's gonna share it later. That's fine. Roy currently my favorite character.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type.
Wait, what? Is this is Esprit de Cop, right?
Yes. Guess what's yours? Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Okay.
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry to anything.
Okay. Do we opt in to being the sorry cop? I feel more cops should opt in to being the sorry cop. Do we? What do we think? Literally. Should we opt in to sorry cop? I have again just. It looks like there are options. I don't know. What do we think? You were sorry cop and enjoyed it? Cool, let's do it.
Of course you are.
You're Canadian.
It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
Fair point, Kale. I'm not sure that came
That
through as
won't
quickly as possible. Okay, so I got a bunch of thought left. Lonesome Long Way Home. Oh, this is to find my home. This is to become a communist. And this is less... Oh, temporary research bonus. Research time. So do I just internalize these and do I have to take the 6 hours? Or is it just something I can... do. Okay, so that's less visual calculus. This is... What do we got? Back down my gun. Keep looking. Maybe someone else knows something. So, look for female-presenting people. If I decide to do them, they kind of run in the background. Okay. I'm happy to take... It's just you thinking very hard about it. Let's try and work out where the fuck I'm from. Let's rewind. Trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor tract, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Aminal in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down the main position. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Okay, go for it. How many things can I do at once? I'm not, you know what, I'm gonna, like, let's do one at a time, and then in a little bit we'll come back and be both unable to see anything and completely inauthoritative. Okay, what does this machine do? Because it doesn't actually seem to do anything.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Okay, cool. So that's that piece of the investigation just kind of put to the side for the time being. Okay. So it's currently 5 o'clock. Let's have a wander and see if... Oh, what can I observe over here? Tire tracks. Oh, right. I already knew about this. Can't climb up there either. Okay. I still need to try and find the Union. Because... allegedly, right, okay, let's see.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days.
Okay, so you're not helpful. Let's have a quick shufty. Is this room open? If it's not, we'll just double straight back out. No, it's not. That's fine. Cool. Right, there are kind of a couple of options. Wait. Oh, God.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't look much like a policeman.
True.
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head, yes.
Not head, child. Heads.
Flexibility. There are millions of different people out there, and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes you've got to be the killer to catch the killer.
Isn't that very dangerous?
Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the chameleon-like skill.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Okay.
You failed to deduce anything substantial.
I
She
tried.
waits intently.
I'm a detective. I deduce that you are very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
Okay. Am I getting
Kings
anything, maybe
and
get
queens
something out of
and
this?
generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. Fame is for vain people. Those famous people sound like a bunch of dorks. I mean, all of these things are true. All of these things can be true at the same time. Look at me, for example. But that being said, most famous people do sound like a bunch of dorks.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, it's Monday. I was genuinely wondering if I had to... I didn't know what day it was. I was like, it says day 1.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime Red.
Yeah, shut up.
Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Okay.
What in God's name is she talking about?
Right. Oh, what's back here? Can I go back here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
Okay.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Okay, what is
you
this?
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Okay, is the curse you?
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
So she does believe in the
Inhabitants
curse.
of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Okay, I'm too nosy for this.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Ooh!
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Not a customer now, I'm a cop.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Please do not pay attention to the thirkwood behind the curtains.
Talking is always good. There is something mysterious about the curtains. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Okay, let's you and I have a chat and actually explain this nonsense.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime Romance. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of.
A spell Well, as if. This place doesn't need any spells or hoodoo mumbo-jumbo. This place has wonderful energy.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lit smile.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing.
Just let it go, she says in a manner that makes me want to let it go. I mean, also, she's just like a terrible parent, so I really want to give her a hard time anyway.
Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
I mean, that just sounds like woodworm.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
And you chose to open a bookshop here.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
It's bad juju, Jaja.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this.
Wait,
No,
hang on. There
it's
actually
a
is something
simple
weird in this
amulet,
building.
Blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
Not working.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
So you're a market capitalist shark, but you're also a gullible mark. Okay, fine. There's all sorts of stuff in this building.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
It really does.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Nothing has made me happier than being called my liege and saying...
Slither up
Fuck
to
yes!
her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Hell yeah.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
Detection from all light. Sense psychic invitation. The sleeper beyond calls out. Is this the first check you passed? No, this is just the most. This was just the most important check for me to pass. I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but...
We're about to investigate the supernatural, SJ.
Hey now, hey. You need the booze to focus, alright? The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
Yes, it's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debad all the bad
I
energies.
should have realised. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
You meet a djinn and can wish for anything, but you will lose what you value most. Will you do it? No. Hey, Wolf Warrior. Bit of a drinker. Lady, the only reason I haven't joined the National Drinking Leagues is so I can compete in the Booze Olympics.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter.
The one you're allowing
You
to
are certain
freeze
you can
outside
help
in the
us?
cold.
Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Kim, are you gonna get back? Are you gonna back me on this?
Oh, certainly so, man. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
I love that you can just back off, but no, we're doing
Thank
it.
you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
I think she lives on the fourth floor.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it.
Metal security curtains. No, the door behind the security curtains. Oh, metal security curtains. Yeah, that doesn't make a huge amount of sense.
And please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay, let's lean into this.
A set of tattered curtains blocking the...
Yeah, open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Okay. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. And David Bowie. I'm right. Vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Oh, you really are from the era of disco. I swear, these look like sigils from 40k that you stick on Space Marines.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Only an echo. No one is there. After
Lock the door.
exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
So, I will point out, in my logic is, there may be somebody in here who saw something relating to the murder.
You feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up, as if someone's standing right behind you.
Kim's standing right behind me.
Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue de Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside like little wooden sticks ready to catch fire. A panicking woman squeezes the pendant around her neck until it leaves a mark inside her palm. A man, a few meters away, stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web.
Let's go! Okay, so I knew that this was a gym. The bottom floor was a gym. Hey, Kim, what's up?
What is this place? I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. We should find a flashlight if we want to go on. There should be one in my kinema.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's closed.
Point.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. No.
Sand dripping from the punch bag. Ooh! Citus fortis, the rest is worn off. It's a shot put ball. I will take that. I owe some people a thing. Amazing. I was not expecting. Worn out war bars, looking safe. I feel this is a bad plan.
A barbell lies on the floor. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
That's true.
Why does it feel so familiar?
Okay, maybe don't do.
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Okay. Anything else I can fiddle with? No. Okay, but going further up probably requires a flashlight. So let's nip outside. I also just want to try and go into that one other building, because there is another building round the back that I was told to get into. Oh, but first. Lads, hello.
We are still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
I found you a new bull.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Oh, fair play to you.
I have really outdone myself.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
Rene, you're a piece of shit.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day? Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week, but that's all I know, really. No, officers, I'm sorry, and I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the gauche caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
Ah, those types.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Also respected Gaston Martin for being a solid union man.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Okay.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Would you back the fuck off?
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
Who's Everard?
Everyone in Martinez knows.
Oh, he's one of them. He's one of the Clare brothers.
I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
Let's try not to get caught in the crossfire.
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Everard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me. Oh, yes. Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Everard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
What little things?
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and Renee's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Vezavane. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything.
Oh,
Take a
he's
damn
worse.
side
He's a
already.
damn centrist.
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say. Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Everard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I mean, presumably you just want him to write fascist propaganda, but, well, you know, we'll not go for
I
that.
don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer. I prefer highly adaptable myself. Have a better ring to hit, don't you think?
So, because you're a lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth.
Oh, mon Dieu.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. I'm sorry, officer, but
The only one you have.
Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable.
Oh, that's fair.
At my age, you need to pay it.
You can barely hear him. The sweet smell of pickles in harmony with garlic butter and marinated onions
Oh, no.
emanating from the sandwich is driving your mind in a singular direction.
Fuck off! It's mine! Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna
Revelations 3:16. Even Jesus hates
When the
centrists.
dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws.
Okay, wig on. Right. Let's. Oh, there's a blue thing here. What are you, my blue? Oh, purpley boy. Only if I stand right here.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic. They look pretty ancient.
Where? There? Those are old. Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Really interesting. I know the exact kind of look of those things. I've been to Barcelona before, and there are certain walls where you can find that exact type of thing, like bullet holes shot into the walls, worn down with time from the Spanish Civil War. I will take that money. Who are you? Oh, what's this? Right, so let's slip around here. But yeah, I do kind of get where he's coming from. They are that it is kind of spooky to see those kinds of things. Like, you'd be very aware of like shit that happened in certain places. I can't get in that door. Let's try going round the side, because I imagine around here. What exactly is this?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Okay, let's try this.
You have no clue.
It's
It's
just
just
a wall. Fair.
So many walls all over Martinez.
Oh, hello. I will take all of this, thank you. Oh, please don't have the gun.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out?
There must be another way into the building.
Orange bum hat. Okay, fine. Right. It is nearly 7 o'clock in revachol. Let's grab the flashlight from Kim's car. Have a quick look inside the bar.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Oh, okay. Red tip pry bar.
bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap go the cutters in your hand. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue. Blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Nice.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the rate.
Okay. What we got here? Oh, Doom commercial area. Fine. Okay, let's we got tools. I really wish I was able to read this sign again. Because for some reason I cannot. Cause it doesn't say. Okay. Maybe they will be Kim dying a little inside, remembering you're on a mission to find all the shit you lost during your bender. You can use my tools, no biggie. Kim is proper ride or die, bless him. Right, let's try and get this thing open. Let's try and get one of these doors open. I'll say we run quite quick, considering I managed to get all the way around here in apparently less than a minute, including taking all the stuff. Can I use the...
Must be another way into the building.
Okay, let's slip over here. Can I go in here? Can I... Oh, okay, I can... I guess this is kind of like a... Okay, I guess it's...
Trying to sneak up on me.
Okay, we're not doing anything there. Fine. Oh, hello, can we shout at you?
The streets will flow red once more, a great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like a man-o'-war.
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Elysium is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from revachol. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so... Yeah?
Gross, push her off. Why?
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
Kim casting shade.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Probably.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to...
Madame, I assure you, we are...
There is no reply. Just the door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door! Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come. No. I already... Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone...
Backyard door?
Okay. Can I shout at the person? Ungulate. It is a cloven-hooved animal, which I believe is just another word for pig. Can I shout at you? Hello?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Let's let us in, then.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him
my
if he's got
liege.
anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
Hoofed, typically herbivorous quadruped mammal, pig, cow, deer, horse, elephant. Group formerly considered a major mammalian taxon. Also, goats.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
Absolution? I don't know that brand, but I'm pretty sure you can get Astras at the Frit. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'm not throwing anything.
There's no way you'd catch that cigarette anyway. Yes, really. Don't even try. You'll
Fair
just
enough.
embarrass yourself.
As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
Racist or not?
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word?
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely a fake name, but
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh, I'm actually lower because I bummed a cigarette. Right.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
Damn. Unfortunate. I was really hoping you'd just let me in.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Cool. But you know what? First, I'm going to get entirely sidetracked by going to find this ghost. Because the ghost definitely spoke to me. Or, like, it spoke to both Kim and I. We have no idea what actually happened. Blocked by old window panes and debris. Looks like the remains of the 24-hour window repair shop. Ironic. Strange liquid. Stuffed and mounted animals. Oh, okay.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
I really like that the flashlight moves where your mouse goes.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photo. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin.
It seems to be someone's D&D campaign.
Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Okay, go for it.
Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin. Green welkin.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
What's everyone's welkin soda?
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too. Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and
Your
glacial
candle welkin.
landforms,
Clearly green
dead
welkin.
trees grown in under the entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden.
You're Christopher Welkin. You gotta do the voice on stream now.
Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Excuse me, I'm from near the Wirral, and the Wirral has never seen sun.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the market-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
Oh my god, it was a software dev place.
Minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN.
Oh my
Station
god,
41
it's a
tried to
fucking...
implement it a few
I
years
know
ago,
what this means. Jesus, I know what this means. That's harrowing. That's agile, absolutely. It's fucking agile.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
So, no, I'm not going to go into it too much, but agile is a project management technique which mostly focuses on... Yeah, it's project management. Agile mostly focuses on the idea of doing iterative sprints. Basically, you take 2 weeks, work on a few bits of that project, look at what's gone well, look at what needs improving, and kind of iterate on that each time while still getting some of the work done and also feeding back to the client. This is opposed to waterfall, where you start at one end at the other end, give it to the client, and then you have to start all over again because the client has completely had no say and you've got it completely wrong. But yeah, the sprint is the clear giveaway in that.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Thank you, thank you, SJ.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and heat death of the universe.
I'm beginning to take this Wirral Untethered somewhat personally, honestly.
Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Your job is a waterfall PM. How does it feel to be a monster, SJ?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Fair enough. That is fair. I take your point. Okay. What is there? I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to see any of these boxes. Is this Emma's atelier? Ah, that would probably make sense. I really should have come up with a list of all of the places before I came up. Slipstream. I will say, I've never actually used Waterfall in any projects I've been on, but I have heard many elder devs bemoan Waterfall as a concept. Ooh. We'll take that then. Okay, there's stairs. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
It's a horrible process for things like software and living projects. Yeah, I can imagine if you, like, in construction, where it's like, build this thing, like, there's only so much there's only so much you need to feed back to the client as time goes by.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
Oh, so it's kind of like similar to Moorish.
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6. UKV 123.7. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
That
a
makes
conductor
sense.
for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Is this like a commentary on how this game was developed?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages. Tiles on the cube are still like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good evening, Fortress Accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule? Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Still no. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we're not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat the password? Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Nothing happens.
Okay. What's behind this door?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers. Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
We have come up with the world building so deeply, we have worked out how people will roleplay within our roleplay world.
Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Makes sense.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Oh, bless you, Kim. You're a nerd.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Uh-huh.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
I mean, unfortunately, this was just clearly way too ambitious.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Hey, what's through here? Why is there a bear with glowing eyes? I mean, Kim just escalated to becoming my favorite character because of this. Oh, this is the incinerator. Wall collapsed. Why?
You see a terrifying ice bear
with
a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp
Friend!
slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Makes sense.
You've acquired an interactable item.
Ooh.
Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab.
Thank
a
you.
friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
The fuck is this?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
All checks out, seems normal.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Okay, let's not kick anything. Don't want to spook anybody. Yes, que say. Ooh, hidden doorway. Two rusty rifles? Okay, interesting.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period.
Ah.
Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Okay.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look? Sure. Okay, here's some more rifles. None of these seem to be working. And oh! An old Belmagrave rifle. That's rare to find in such good order. Seems to no longer be functional, but still rare. Here, it's yours, officer. You found this place. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Oh yeah, I should, Ooh, nice.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully soif.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Okay, good to know. Kim trusts us. You love that Kim trusts us with a gun that doesn't work specifically. It's true. Oh, hello, frozen ice cream maker.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry...
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab.
Right, thank you. I understand. Tools. Pry bar.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. Shit. It has the ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open. I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
In the meantime, we're not turning the ice cream crank and destroying it.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Oh, let's do that one.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing.
Oh, insane mesh tank top. Drama +1. Fuck yes! Oh, love it. Love it. Intercom rise running on a breaker box. Okay. Oh god, I'm getting so distracted. Rats. Cellar window. Oh, okay, cool. Extra insane with the tie. I mean, to be fair, the tie is definitely... So this is working on a timer system. So this is not going to be any use to me to do this right now. Let's go back this way. There is stairs in here, and it's... But, like... Okay, let's go. There's stairs up here as well. And this is where the chimney leads to. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Someone live here? I mean, someone came in. Yeah, absolutely.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes.
Iron curtain.
Folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney.
Okay, so that explains why it's a safety curtain. It's just metal shutters. We would call those shutters.
This must be where the entity lives.
Thank you, Inland Empire.
This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. No one's home.
Bullshit.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we can try yelling into the furnace downstairs.
Really? That was the answer? God damn it. Fine.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
you've awakened the entity.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs.
After you, officer.
Okay, cool, cool. Let's find out where we're going with this. Right, yeah, sorry, I need to click to go up. Hello. Oh, you look right out onto the thing. Trays full of dice, colourful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Oh my god, you've continued the game. You're still making the game. Candy dispensers have been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Oh my god, this is you. Welcome to my people.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could
Put dice in my
malicious
mouth.
entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of
One of the most
stations
useful
can be
skills,
quite
frankly.
interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
You somehow missed this area when you played.
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need.
Have you heard of Paranoia?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual.
Oh, I don't have 10 real.
Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
Kale, can you comment?
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
She's not wrong. Fair enough.
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
That's not untrue.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Just look at Kickstarter.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
Okay, we can do two things. Calm
The
yourself.
lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but
As you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
True.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She did it.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
Looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there's still signs of coal black soot
But
here and
when
there.
I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Full Mr. Hyde situation. She tested to die. Nat 1 lost control. She's not a role player though.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney.
Creative.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth?
That's the one.
Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
Jesus.
You should have known it. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Logic just shutting down electrochemistry. It's like, no, would you calm yourself?
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Ridiculous.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right?
Genuinely not sure.
Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
I mean, I can guess.
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Holy shit.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Fair enough.
What does she mean to get off on it?
She means wanking.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Thank
Good
fuck.
luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder.
Even you can probably do better than that.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
The what now?
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings.
It's just insect shells.
And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
She's leaving a fortune just right there.
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
Ah, standard.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house.
They were just props. Why return them?
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
It's not the first time there have been fisticuffs in the Wirral. These jokes are solely for myself and Thurkwood, by the way, who also knows the Wirral. Oh my god, Peter showed up, absolutely.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times.
Looks the hallway as if she can still hear the chit-chat.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
Ah.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
As someone whose significant other is from the Wirral, you can safely say, ew.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Okay, Thurk, your theory about to be put closely to the test.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Oh, nice.
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
Loving this woman's willingness to give the goss on every single rubbish business that was in here.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Please,
Indeed.
what were the other
What
ideas?
Were the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour.
She has survived them all, so true.
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing. Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand.
Not buying shit, presumably.
And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse,
it's fair.
The fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
Staggering.
Eventually, Revachol Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
You want bear ice cream?
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. He said that the bear was his vision beast.
What?
He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherion.
What? Bear ice cream is gay culture.
Sounds cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
Okay, what's a mega wild beast?
An imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Okay, that nothing here. Everything she's telling me is simultaneously bizarre but entirely unsurprising.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
Do you? Well, good luck keeping it under control. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
The temperature has dropped in the cover of the night. You see frost on the window.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, fluorography, trick-track, especially pinball.
Bizarrely, well, before COVID, there was actually a bit of a resurgence in pinball parlours in the UK. There were a few kicking around. There was one in Birmingham that doubled as a coffee shop.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
A bit judgmental.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
Too many pinball wizards.
Tricentennial
Well, there's got to be there has to be a twist.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
It is a tragedy.
Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure.
Oh, okay, we're done.
I'm good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else? I'm listening.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting into...
Good. I hope it clarified things. I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
It's fair.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
The waitress is just took off and the customers have trouble paying bills.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies.
It's true,
isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
You may be one of my favorite characters, honestly.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
So I see there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. The bookstore closes starting 2100. You'll have to do that tomorrow.
No, fair enough. Okay, cool. I mean...
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. How about an amber dye?
Ooh.
Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful, really, and has been treasured since the ancient times. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past.
That sounds fucking cool. She's been perched over here waiting to diss the gosh, bless her. Yeah, I'll go with that.
See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Okay, no, I'm good, thank you. Also, what do we want to put stuff into? Anybody got any thoughts as to what we want to... Roy, this lady, and Kim can hang. Absolutely, that is a role. Honestly, that's a tabletop campaign I would run. What do we want to do? I'm kind of like... I'm not sure I want to go too broad. Like, drama could be kind of interesting. Savoir-faire would let me try that jump one more time, but there are also maybe other options there. We have suggestion. Anybody got any thoughts? What are we thinking? You want to diversify maybe physical instrument? Feel we might benefit? Yeah, you know what? Okay, we'll do that. Go for it. Accept. Savoir-faire. Come up a couple of times. Do I want to get swole? Always. You mean in the game or out? What are these? That's... Yes. I already am out of game. Yeah, I try. Okay, there's one more set of stairs down here. Do you want your sorry cop self to get a swole? Oh, a little.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and...
Okay, we're going to leave that for the time being. Wait, hang on. Oh, wait, no. There's nothing in the bear, right? In the bear fridge, is there? Go up the stairs. What is this? Oh, okay. So I can now... Can I now... Okay, so I can now... that door is now unlocked. Cool. Is Kuno still being a bit tedious out here? Go to sleep, you idiot child.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was the case they gave me.
He's too high for sleep. Very possible.
Fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? And then what? You fucking there. You fucking Kuno's kingdom.
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day.
Jesus.
Rips mag like a motherfucker. And you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover.
Thanks for swinging by, Jack. Hope you had a good time.
Like you stayed home.
Genuinely glad I managed to show you something you hadn't seen before.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you...
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Too brutal for you, huh? Kuno fuck your tongue off. Of course you want back in there. Everyone wants back in there.
Kuno sounds like the teenager you watch get stopped after poorly attempting to steal chicken the other day. I know, it's a very convincing Scouse accent. Excuse me.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that. Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secrets. Kuno...
He's saying you climbed up there. Yeah, that conclusively explains how the coat got up there.
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just got a fly, pig. Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. No.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Oh, fuck
Kuno
off.
doesn't...
You're a tedious little shit.
There he still is, looking right.
Okay, we're not doing that. Why the fuck was somebody trying to steal chicken, sorry? Like a raw chicken, like raw chicken? Or rotisserie? I genuinely hadn't noticed that pig head before. Living. Mate, there's very few living animals in in that town. I try.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Okay, not right now, because we're gonna do this. Take off my pants, take off my shoes. And now...
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on
42.
No one has claimed.
I have improved. It was 2 small packets, was about as stealthy as shouting, "I am stealing, don't look at me." Come on. Oh, that's green! Woo!
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes, let the senses take in the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. Martinez goes about its daily routine as you soar through the air. The loud voices of protesters mix with the engine sounds from the traffic jam. Waves crash against the pier, and dense, salty sea air fills your lungs. The corpse is dominating the yard, and the stench is nauseating. Even so far from the epicenter,
but dick out can't lose.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Right, can I take my cape, please? Hands back on. Trousers back on. Kim just watched us take off our pants and shoes and jump off a railing. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, you fucking did that, bro. Good job. Collecting rainwater. Okay, so what's now through here? Can I now make this an easier return? Oh, this is going to be... Where the fuck am I?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Okay. The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Le Fumée, Volume 1, Number 4. File cabinet, drawers are locked. Coffee machine is on. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to prop...
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
It is indeed.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Okay, medium 50th chance.
Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
Could I actually focus through not focusing?
You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? My thought exactly, officer. Shall we?
Whatever's hidden here...
Oh, apparently we can just do this.
Well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note. stuck on the side of the drawer.
Oh, well, that's
It
convenient.
appears to be a to-do list written in Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Do remember, Leo, Everart's all items on the list have been crossed out. The drawer slides shut.
Okay. Something to follow up on. Let's okay, so if I need visual calculus, I can put on the glasses, but I'm not going to sacrifice my drama. What do you need, Kim?
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. We can pick up where we left off tomorrow morning.
Okay, do I need to... Every worker is a member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Seems reasonable. Union logo, demand democracy. This door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Guess gotta talk to the union leader. Fair enough.
The already familiar code. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Sure, why not?
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. Sure, why not? Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat, until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice.
You wish you could sleep. I hope you're able to soon. So, the issue is, Kim, we need to kind of find a way out. Because right now, I don't know it.
Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy.
Thanks, Kim. Please.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world, and because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
That tracks.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Okay, I'm going to put this away because I'm trying to go home. What's in here?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Oh.
Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that picture of René? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
Okay, I don't trust that I'm... Right, now I need to try and find my way out of the goddamned... Okay, that's broken stairs. Fine. No, go downstairs. I mean, that's fair. How can I leave? Kvalsund. Man, I chose a really bad time. Speaking tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. Shipyard ahead is all quiet. The great machines are sleeping. And the sags on the rate of rain and snow. Hi.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container.
Oh, you're the guy from the notes.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay.
I had to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Oh, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. Oh yes, I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Okay, suspicious chuckle.
It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Ah.
Yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that.
Sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is.
Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Everett is usually in his office, of course. But he already left for the day. He always leaves around 10 p.m.
Ah, balls.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot.
Right,
I
okay.
just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who's Miss Beaufort?
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
You're getting very weird about
But I
this.
can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright. Bye-bye now.
Okay, so we know where to find Everett. What's in here?
A large table with 2 huge vacuum-insulated thermal coffee dispensers.
Oh.
You snatch up the red plastic card. It features a black contour of a crane lifting a container. The name, Etienne.
Excellent. That's useful. I can now potentially leave. Oh, this is like somebody's makeshift office. Let me get out. Oh, right. I will say the one issue with isometric games is that occasionally it is very confusing as to where exactly you are. Oh. Musk of oil smells like blood. Half-light. Ah, there we go. We want to go this way. Okay, whale fjord. Oh, there's a thing here. We will take some healing items. I'm gonna hope this gives me the option.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone because I have no idea what the what actually does. Okay, kind of hoping that I don't get the shit kicked out of me by, Oh, he can't see me back here. Excellent. And now that door's just open. Okay, excellent. Happy about that. And all the strikers are gone. Excellent. Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to pick up... There's one more thing I want to explore, because there is some... oh, hello, is this the... Is this guy dead?
Worker isn't a deep. Perhaps he's on his way to where he's on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack.
I'll wake you up in the morning. Okay, how are we doing on this? 77% done. Sweet. Let's go upstairs. Kim, you probably don't want to see this.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
He's been unconscious for like 8 hours, at least.
We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Thank God, Kim. Wait, we've been making progress?
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
The gay balcony!
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
We're being so homosexual. I'm leaning into
the
it.
habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
Seems fair.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day. Well, we didn't even look at the body, but we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great. We are both doing our best under the circumstances. Just don't drink tonight, please. As for the interviews, we didn't get to meet Everard Claire, but we did get into the harbor. It'll be easier to reach him tomorrow. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Game really just leaning in on that point.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Prison 41?
Is this because I keep clicking shift?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
I don't know why I do the things I do.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the revachol citizens militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Kim, you being very gay. Complimentary.
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do.
The Moralists International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous. Something even a little feminine. But in a strict manner.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Do you?
The lieutenant arches his brow, pulls in his cigarettes. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. We're the stooge of the world, biggest bourgeoisie organization protecting bourgeoisie whites, immigrants, liberal, blah, no. Things are bad out there. We need to give them. We need them here, giving up the right to police. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. They do seem to have done a pretty shit job.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in these glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our 2 precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Kim's room look like?
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
In the morning. Ooh. Okay.
The fan stands still. The lights are on. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Sure.
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life.
I too miss the 90s.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix.
Oh, I'm a tragedy.
Unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Okay, anything else? Like, who am I? Why did I become a cop? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
Still don't know my name, by the way, just for the record.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Okay, let's... How badly is this going to go?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
28%.
Your face.
Try it.
The door. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Fair enough. I'm going to go to sleep on what?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Okay. We're 84% there. I'm kind of curious if that's going to do anything. Okay, so I need to find this guy after 1 p.m. Talk to Rennie. That's on Monday. And I need to find 20 Real. Okay, cool. Roll in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
But why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
The pillow?
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It
like
barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly.
Did I turn the light off?
This is your body
I didn't turn the light off.
Intimate and warm. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who
Something
killed him?
To do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall
Your
asleep
breathing
now.
steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Okay, so we appear to have arrived in the realm of sleep. I'm going to leave this here, and yeah, I guess we'll come back to this on Thursday. Please do join me for that. This is entirely normal. I guess we're having a dream sequence. Maybe we'll do. Thank you very much for watching. This remains a really fun game. I'm very much enjoying it. Holy shit. Caden Cactus. Okay, cool. We can do that. Thank you for the suggestion. Let me go and have a look at what they are streaming. Who are you? Oh, awesome. They are playing Pentiment. That, do you know what? That works incredibly well as something to run into. They are playing Pentiment, which is a monk murder mystery story. Basically, it's another slightly out there murder mystery type of thing. I've seen it played. It should be kind of fun. Yeah, we will absolutely go and raid Caden. Thank you for the suggestion. I really appreciate that. But yeah, please do join me again on Thursday, because we'll be continuing with more of Disco Elysium. In the meantime, it's been an absolute pleasure streaming for you. I've been Loxley, Setter of Strategy, the Caprine Card Shark, the board game GOAT. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. It's fascinating. I have no idea what's going on, but you know what? That feels appropriate. I'm just poking things and finding out what's going on. But yeah, I've been Loxley. I will leave you in the care of Caden Cactus, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Until next time, ta-ra!